Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast. I'm Bankole and I am running out of clothes for these recordings. Today we're discussing the sixth episode of Gen V's first season. We're very close to the end. And joining me once again are the only two people that I would want to traverse a white woman's repressed mind with. But please don't ask them why they smell like sweaty popcorn. It's Bolu and TMT. How are you guys doing? Welcome back.
What if Allen Iverson was Chinese
Okay.
and rode a Ducati like the bike? So
Well
that's like
content.
something to think about. Welcome to the podcast, man. I'm really happy to be doing this for you guys. You guys are lovely, lovely people. Great beards, lovely hairlines. I'm just solid guys all around. A good bunch, I would say. A good bunch. There's
No
Chinese on
offense,
my
I
shirt.
guess.
Have you ever done a solo pod? Do you think you can do a solo pod?
I think I could hold it down.
Okay. I think you have things in your head that you need to get out.
Yeah. I'll
I
try
don't
and
know
do
if
one today.
not on this one, Sha.
Not on my watch.
How you guys doing? Are you guys having fun? I was thinking I've enjoyed recording this episode to you guys. Have you guys enjoyed them?
Yeah.
We have three more. Three left.
I've come to see you as brothers of sorts. I never had brothers growing up, so it's nice that like we can share this kinship. It's really,
Just
I
to be
was born.
clear,
Yeah,
your parents did give birth to other boys. You just didn't consider them brothers.
no, it's just my sister and
Sister, just a sister,
I.
Sumaya.
Yeah, yeah,
I wasn't being serious, but okay.
yeah. No, it was a good
Okay.
joke. I liked it. I liked it. You know,
Um, okay, so let's talk about Gen V. But before then, guys, please, we're doing Loki now. So please check out the feed for Loki episodes as well. Those come out on Mondays, well, obviously, these come out on Fridays. Speaking about these episodes, I don't know if we're going to have screeners for the next two. I'm still trying my best. But if we don't, those episodes will come out on Monday as well instead of the Friday that has been out all season.
mm,
Okay, so Gen V episode 6 is titled Jumanji, as we teased last week, written by Lauren Greer and directed by Richard Goldberg. Quickly, shout out to Dust Daughter on YouTube. She commented on our last week's episode about how she reminded us how Cate made Rufus in episode 2, I think, hit himself in the groin repeatedly and shout Jumanji. So
mhm.
yeah, she clearly likes that word. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna start with Sam and Emma, get that out
Yeah,
of the way quickly. But a point that was playing through my head was like, again, this episode is, I should mention, this episode is 37 minutes again as well. So we're looking at two episodes that really are like 33, 35 minutes in content. Um, and I don't know, I'm like, this is gonna, this is, granted, this is something that you only say when you like a show. So I'm gonna put that in context. But like, I'm very impressed by just the confidence of this creative team to put all of this into 35-minute episodes. Like
yeah,
they are actually going through quite a lot of plot and they're not wasting stupid time on stupid scenes.
hmm
And obviously, you only say that when you like a show and when you think the show is good. If the show was bad, we'll have a different discussion, like spend more time or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, that's just my takeaway of two episodes back to back that are less than 40 minutes.
Mm.
So Sam and Emma, they
How
have
about that
sex.
sex scene? Yeah, good stuff.
Sam sees puppets because, like, in case you didn't know, he's not completely all right up there. Um,
Yeah.
but
It's
the
like a
most
combination of Deadpool and like Superman or something. It's just weird.
yeah. But like if Deadpool didn't know he was Deadpool, if that makes sense. Like he's
Yeah, like
just losing
yeah,
it. But in his defense, in the pros corner, for someone who hadn't had sex before, he apparently put up some incredible numbers. Some might say that
yeah,
that's
man.
unrealistic, but it is what it is. He like
He's a soup man. Come on,
yeah, he was rookie of the year.
rookie of the year.
Bolu, what did you think of the combination of this Sam and Emma relationship?
They're probably two of the most likable characters, so people are going to enjoy them together. Um,
How much did
it's
you
kind
enjoy
of
them together?
I enjoy them together. Sam is he's for someone who was locked away, he's not as bad as I expected him to be. Maybe we're going to see worse. Granted, that massacre was a bit jarring, and seeing um, you realize that it's quite grave how severe his condition is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying
Mm.
to use the right words when you see him do what he does. But like maybe it's his charm or his situation. That's what makes people like. It's very hard to root against him. Or not
Well, I
understand what he
think
did.
Also,
What he,
yeah,
yeah. Tell me what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say that because he's endured, and I think this episode is the one where we start to see the scope of just how truly horrific um his what do you call it, his tenure at that facility has been. The woods,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of see how insane they were probably treating him. One, as a source of golden boys doping, but
juice.
two, as probably an experiment, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, and then the isolation and everything. And then you see Sam's Muppet stuff, and you're like, oh my god, it's not like this guy basically built like fillers, like just stuff to make the world more bearable for himself. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, it's kind of like maybe like Wonder and like sitcoms from Wonder Vision. Like
yeah,
it would make
exactly.
it make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a coping mechanism, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And um it's really interesting to see how he moves in the world now that he's not going to need to rely on them as much. Because I feel like as the show goes on, he kind of, it's not even like he's doing it less. He's just he just seems to be more okay with seeing the Muppets.
I think he's gonna get worse before it gets better. Like in the
Yeah,
show, I think he's
probably.
gonna do some things that people are gonna be like, "Whoa!"
Whoa,
I
yeah.
think.
But I mean, he
Mhm.
has his Kalel, this is not you. he,
So I was gonna touch about it later, but it's funny how Emma literally becomes the "this is not this is not you" meme. I was like, I. It's funny in that scene. I started laughing at the idea of him just killing Kate. Like I was like,
yeah.
what just happens if he just snaps her neck here? What does Emma do in this exact moment? Because like,
Mm,
oh, he's on it. But I think we're gonna get to a point where he does some, obviously maybe not kills Kate, but does something like
yeah.
that, which is like, oh, it is you actually. I don't think we're reforming him just yet. If that makes sense. I
Yeah.
think
It's
something.
it's
Yeah.
also it's also testament to like how good the writing is, because in those moments you actually don't know if he's going to kill her.
Mhm. Like
Yeah, like
like I do not know either thing. I would have believed either what they
yeah,
call it, either
yeah.
Others.
outcome.
I have a question though. Do
Yeah,
you remember the roommates that just got sucked in, but it wasn't really part of their gang? And they're just like, why am I part of this nonsense with you guys?
Dusty. That was Dusty. Yeah.
That was Dusty. Is Dusty okay?
I so
No.
I have it in my notes like R.I.P. Dusty. I think Dusty is dead. I
Oh
actually
my
just think
god.
Dusty is dead because he dies there and we don't see him when they come back out. So I think he's dead. I think
That
that's
Dustin
just
might be
done. I think
gone.
Goldie Boy just killed him and that's done. That's it done.
Jeez. Was it Golden Boy or was it Lightning or something?
No, it was Golden
Oh
Boy.
no, it was Golden Boy. It was Golden Boy.
Lightning
Yeah.
was someone else that we're going to talk
Was
about in a
was
second.
was
Yeah,
Soldier
Soldier
Boy.
Boy. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
do you guys have any thoughts on Sam and Emma before we move on? Because I think
I
we
think
have.
I think it's a nice pairing,
Yeah, I mean, I think Bolu is talking about how Sam is. I think if Sam wasn't paired with Emma, I don't think we would like him half as much.
and
Like,
he's a very cool virgin. He's cooler than all the other virgins I know.
so you're saying that all virgins are not cool?
No, I'm saying the ones I know are not cool.
Oh, the ones you know. Okay,
Yeah.
I know. I thought you were referencing the tweet that you
No,
quoted
no,
a few
no.
a few days back.
Nah.
Um, so if you're a virgin and listen to this and you're TMT's friend, he clearly doesn't think you're cool. Um, okay, so I want to talk about this later, but let me push it up in the running order. Let's talk about Shetty, and then we'll go to Kate. So let's talk about Shetty's plans. In this episode, we kind of see Shetty and Dr. Cardosa. He has
Mm,
created this kind of soups focused virus, which basically gives them the flu.
yeah.
And on Shetty's instructions, he kind of increases the dosage by very little, he says. And
5 millimeters.
quickly, yeah, and we find out that it can be fatal to soups, which is like a game changer for the boys universe.
It's
Um,
Shetty is doing war crimes.
yes. I feel like
Yeah.
yes, like it's a genocide.
Yeah.
She intends to, which gets me back because Sam says that she hates them, so she clearly hates soups. Um,
Yeah.
so I would just we're just gonna assume, let's just go with it. Like it's obvious that a soup killed Shetty's daughter, right? Like that's just it. There
Yeah.
isn't anything deeper than that. But I mean, I'll be surprised if they have a different reason. But like, yeah, she has a way to kill soups, and that's a big
Shetty,
deal.
Shetty has achieved more in half a season of Gen V than Billy Butcher and all of those guys
All the
have
boys.
in 2 seasons.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
The
also
pen is
important.
mightier than the sword, bro.
I guess it is. They also mentioned that like I think Vought obviously are sponsoring this thing, so I guess Vought were also
Mhm.
looking for a way to, if not kill, incapacitate soups.
Yeah,
And now, we,
I think votes are looking for control, but Shetty is
Mhm.
looking for war crimes.
For
Shetty
Zeke,
has,
like,
yeah,
Yeah,
Shetty has her own agenda.
Zeke is not
um,
Yeah.
interested in negotiation.
no, she
She's
wants to
not.
she wants to kill them, and like yeah, like the way Sam says she hates them is like, oh, she has this deep hatred
Yeah,
for it. It kind of puts all her. I mean, we knew she was like grooming them and controlling them, but it puts all her conversations with Marie and Kate in such a different light.
yeah.
Like
Like she
this, she
sees
has
them
this.
as tools.
Yeah, she has like. I don't know why this just came to my mind, but like Omni Man saying that Mark's mom was a pet. That's just like it's just like
Mm,
just a
mm,
way to a means to an end. Okay, let's talk about Kate. And what I'm gonna do is I think one I'm gonna go stage by stage in kind of Kate's mind journey. And then if we get to a point you want to talk about something, just flag it. Like so I'll just say what happens and then we can talk about it. We
sure.
start with Kate's original trauma. We see kind of the after effects of her sending her brother away and like they're looking for her
Hmm.
brother. We also see like the beginnings of her mom ostracizing her. And then we get Soldier Boy's return in I think a very, very funny scene. And the point when, because so for context, if somehow you haven't watched the episode, but Soldier Boy is her imaginary friend, her imaginary boyfriend. He explains that he taught Kate how to masturbate, and I think that scene of him just like saying different euphemisms for masturbation, it felt very much like a Judd Apatow like deleted scene where I feel like just
Yeah.
told Jensen Ackles to just keep on going. Because if you look, I feel like the actors were trying not to break. Like I feel like it was just
Do you
going.
know? I have this thing in film about. I think there's nothing funnier than when children swear.
Mm,
And a close second is when really attractive people swear or say horrible things. It is one of the funniest things in the world. I don't know why. I think that's how Channing Tatum got like his second wind in his career
that's fair.
because he was
That's
he
fair.
was trying he was trying to do serious shit, and it was like I think the last straw was that Roman movie he did, The Eagle or something.
I'm kidding.
Was that before Jump Street?
Yeah, no, that was way before Jump Street. Yeah,
That's
and
what
then
they're like, oh no, no, Ted. I remember
yeah,
that movie.
and then Jump Street just gives him like this breath of. I think Jump
Hmm.
Street and Magic Mike they
Yeah.
just give him this like renewed vigor because like he's really funny. He has really good comedic timing. And Jensen Ackles
Hmm.
is like I've always known he was kind of funny because Dean is kind of funny in Supernatural. But like, oh god, this is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
This is good
It's
stuff because he's
I
very
didn't even.
yeah. He plays
No,
that
go ahead. Go ahead.
American. He plays that American red blooded thing
Hmm.
very well. I think he lives in Texas in real life, so he probably sees guys like that all the time.
Fair. Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fair.
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
He bleeds red, not common red though.
Mm,
American red, red, white, and blue. He fought the Star Spangled Banner. But yeah, he informs them that they are stuck in Kate's mind and that she has blood vessels popping, and if she dies, well, they all die.
mm.
It was an
And so
interesting
basically,
cameo.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, that information turns this little merry trip through Kate's mind into like a race against time. They need to figure out how to get out of there because a blood vessel kills him before he manages to tell them the most important thing. Which leads us to the first time we see Shetty meet Kate, which is when she starts to groom them, and you can kind of see, okay, this is how. I know we joked about it last week, but it felt very much like Professor X going to the Grey's house to get Jean. Like,
Mm.
um, but yeah, I mean, and let's talk about let's pause then talk about that. Just like the introduction of Shetty and Cate, we see like the door that this family have put Cate behind. Shetty
Mm.
begins to drug Cate from that moment. Um, yeah, any thoughts on the start of that relationship?
I think context is king, and
Mm.
I felt like they were going to hit. Like if this episode didn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
they would have had to hit Kate for like a very very like 2 or 3 seasons, just like pure. I don't fuck with her,
Mm-hmm.
but this is like full context, and it's also like knowing she was drugged from that young, and like she was just secluded from the world in a way that was just not really good, and her mom hated her.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this people pleasing thing, and she's always looking for like a maternal figure as well. Um, it kind of lends a lot of context into how why she is the way she is, and she also sorry to step away from the scene, but she also like forces them to confront themselves as well. So it's like you're not perfect either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but also this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I think this like shortens that thing. So they probably hit out for maybe like the next, maybe half of the next episode, maybe half of the next episode or the entire next episode, and then after that they're back to being besties.
Well, I mean, Andrew says that he doesn't think he can ever trust her, and then like Marie says that she will have to do a lot of work
Yeah, but
to
that's
end their
just
trust.
that's
Actually,
TVism.
let me
That's
ask you guys a
TVism. I promise
question.
you,
'Cause I don't
they
think
fuck with her again.
um, I don't know how to put this. Like, why was Kate doing what she was doing? And I don't know how to put. I know the big idea, but like, what was
Yeah,
she telling herself she was doing?
good. Kate is looking for approval. Her entire life is searching for a maternal figure, which she found in Shetty, and
Mm-hmm.
like a dad figure, which she found in that bearded fuck. What's his name?
Brink,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brink. So like that
Oh,
guy.
Brink,
Yeah.
Brink
So
is.
like those are her parents growing up,
Mm.
or at that point in her life, and she's going to do anything to maintain that status quo of being feeling loved and wanted and being able to having some kind of freedom as well. You know.
So
Yeah.
it's more of her doing what they ask, and less of her thinking she's actually protecting Luke
I mean, they're
or
telling her
Andrew
that
or
she's
anyone.
protecting Luke as well, and then she's doing these
Mm.
things because she loves them, and she also wants to believe she's doing the right thing. So none of
Mm.
that really helps. Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
that's my theory.
Bolu, do you have any thoughts on that before we move on to the classroom? Any thoughts on the start of that relationship?
Watching that, I was like, I oddly laughed. I don't know why. When like
Bolu saw childhood
her
trauma. I was like, LOL. What do you
yeah,
mean you
like
laugh?
when like she sent her brother away forever. I was like, she's so real for that. Like she shouldn't have felt bad. She should have stood on business.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
she's still stood on business, standing on business. It's funny how much that is in my lexicon these days. It's the best phrase in the world.
Oh my god. Um. Oh Jesus. So Bolu, you found her trauma funny. That's good to know. That's good
It's
to know.
kind of funny, Chama. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
What
Like,
like okay.
Bro, he could still be walking. Like he could
I
still
was
be
gonna
walking.
ask. I was gonna ask that. When does he stop? Like, because she
there's
says
that
what did she
there's
say? Go away.
There's an X-Men movie where they do that to someone. I can't remember who. I think Striker.
Yes,
You're
X Men
right. Yeah,
Two.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
It's
is
X
so
Two.
it is so
Was
funny.
Is
it?
it
That like
Oh, was it? I know it was Origins. It was
yeah, I
a
think it
great
was. Yeah, it
movie.
was Young Striker. Yeah, it must have been
yeah,
Yeah,
Origins. It feels very much like an Origins kind of move.
yeah,
Um.
yeah.
So
It's the
like,
one
'cause
where go
what
on,
did
go
she
on.
tell him? She told him go away, right?
yeah. She
So
said
like,
something.
hopefully he's living a life now, like just in a different city because he's gonna. She didn't say like keep on working forever.
Well, the only thing that might bring him back is maybe he's a soup somewhere, but I don't know.
No, he's not
But
coming back.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do you think? Do you think Marie's sister is a soup? Do you think they put Genevieve in both of their kids, or was it just
Yeah.
their generation?
No, I think you have to. I think you have to put in both. Why would you put? I was thinking about this as well, actually, because they put it in both Luke and Sam. I think it's
Mhm.
kind of rude to only put it in one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's like going to America to give birth to your first
That's what
child,
she
and
said.
then the second child comes and it's like,
Yeah.
he'll deal with this green passport. Seems to be unfair. Seems to
Yeah,
be
it's,
unfair.
it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Um. Also, if you're doing it for selfish reasons, i.e., money, you don't know which one is actually going to hit, so you have to try both.
You have to try both, yeah. I mean, I think their parents are doing it for clout mostly.
Mm.
They all seem like clout chasers,
I mean, yeah, but like,
all of
obviously, I
them.
guess it's funny though, and I guess we can talk. Should we talk about it now? Let's chill. Let's when we get to Mary, we'll talk about her parents. When we get to Mary's
Mm,
thingy. Okay, so we go into the classroom. We see Golden Boy's return. Patrick Schwarzenegger returns to the episode, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When he says that "I miss you, man" to Andre, that's what caught me off guard. Because me too, I
mm,
thought they were like, I thought these guys could not interact with our heroes, and
yeah.
then like, yeah, and then obviously we get confirmation that Andre and Kate started before Golden Boy died, which is just like,
Which is a discussion we've had on this. We've like speculated about that
yeah, but
before.
then we thought because he said it to Tech Nine, like it happened after, so we thought, oh yeah, it happened after.
Yeah.
But yeah, happened before, which I think leads to what I think is one of the best line deliveries of the episode when Mary is like, "You're that guy" to Andre, and
Yeah.
just like it felt, yeah. Anyway, but it felt like the first
Yeah.
time Mary realized she was black on this show, just when she said when she said that line. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So that kind of like is kind of Andre's. I don't know how to describe it, but like he's one thing because we're going to go through
Mm,
everybody and see all their own problems, and this is kind of his own problem and fault, and it leads to Golden Boy or a version of Golden Boy attacking them, and then they
mm,
realize that he can attack them, but they don't have access to their own powers in there.
yeah.
Um, what did that revelation do anything for you guys? Like, oh, this happened before. Did you look at Andrew in a different way? Look at Kate in a different way?
I wasn't surprised. I did look
Mm,
at Kate a different way. I don't know. I didn't see that coming. I won't lie. I was a little suspicious initially that maybe it started before, but like when they, for some reason, I just trusted him when he said it twice. I know it was after, and then it was after. So I
hmm
just shrugged and trusted him.
TMT, as a fan of cheating and cheats, what did that do for you?
What a way to kind of.
Revealed that he's the Lagos man of
That's
brands.
crazy. That's
He's
crazy.
he's that Lagos dude. He's actually that Lagos dude.
Yeah, man. I love
um,
infidelity. It brings me no little amount of joy. No. Let me see. I don't. I guess I just felt like I won't like. I hate the way you guys started because I was going to say like obviously you're doing this shitty thing, but like it was kind of cute.
it was kind of cute, really.
Yeah, like them saying, like them telling each other that they're doing something wrong but still doing it. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
look at these words. Like this, it's kind of hot.
Well,
It's
okay.
bad,
Hot is a better
but
adjective than
it's
cute.
hot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
Okay. I
cute.
get.
It's hot.
Yeah. I
It's
get
hot.
what you
Yeah.
mean. I get what
I
you
was
mean.
like, I remember I was watching. I did this. I bit my. Yeah, like
Don't
I was
don't
like,
don't do this. Don't do
mm.
this. Please don't do this.
Oh god. So it was funny though. But yeah, no, I've always felt like Andre is, and I know it's the boys, everyone's sort of morally gray, but I've always felt like he
Mhm.
was grayer than most characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not Golden Boy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. But also, this
Yeah.
Andrew is not the same Andrew from first episode. That Andrew was black. He wasn't even grey. That Andrew was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I get what. And yeah, I think it definitely puts a lot of a spin into it. Just like if you're gonna do this to your best
Hmm.
friends,
Hmm.
yeah, with your best friends, girl. Um, Speaking of Kate revealing who they are to themselves, it leads us to Jordan's memory, which is the first time we're seeing someone else's memory, and we see how they became Brink's TA.
Hmm.
And for me, this was kind of like where the episode kicked up a gear for me.
Mm.
Jordan has never been more interesting to me than they were in this scene. Like just like the things they were able to put a blind eye to, and like
Mm.
again that kind of singularly focused ambition. They know why they're here. They want to be top ranked. They want to make it to
Jordan is all
seven.
about their bag.
Yeah,
Like
just like
nothing.
whatever it takes. And the I actually debated if I was going to talk about this or not. But like the only thing that was weird to me was the way, for lack of a better descriptor, female Jordan was like attacking male Jordan. And I was just
Mm.
like, it seems a bit like targeted, like almost like they were the ones that made the decision.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, I was like, we haven't got the impression that like one Jordan makes decisions for the other one. But do you get what I mean? Like, it seemed like they were attacking the other person, and not necessarily sharing the blame. If that
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a bit. I was like, oh, that's a bit jarring to me. But maybe that will be
Hmm.
explained in future episodes. Because
And
I think female Jordan said something like "you're selfish" or something,
you're a
and not
coward.
like
You always were. You always will
yeah,
be.
not like we or something. I was like, shouldn't that be we? Like, why are you
No,
just
but that
attacking?
wasn't. I think it's different because that's the female Jordan was not um Jordan. It was Kate's like manifestation of Jordan, like the
That's
golden boy before them, and
your
all of that.
And and Jordan
that's
is
actually yeah.
and
Sorry,
Jordan
Bolu,
is
continue. Yeah,
Jordan is probably always going to be in male mode when they're seeking like validation and acceptance. Like I think when they're
Yeah.
like excessively chasing what they want, they're probably leaning to being male Jordan because male Jordan was always like the safer. Like just being male Jordan was always like the safer one for them.
Mm.
yeah. It's easier to kind of like navigate the world that way for them. But those are actually two very strong points. The point about it being Kate that was actually shouting at them changes a lot actually because it
Yeah.
makes it makes it easier to understand. Actually, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
That it was actually Kate's thingy, Kate's manifestation of Jordan. That makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
Um, okay, that leads us to kind of. I'm going to just combine these two. Is when we see Shetty and Brink experimenting on Luke and Sam, and then also when Kate is kind of like, look, Luke is figuring this shit out, man. I can't keep on doing this. It's kind of breaking him.
Hmm.
Again, we're just kind of more. I think it shows just how far Kate went as Shetty's attack dog.
Hmm.
Like it's probably like every single time that she and Luke were intimate, she probably told him to forget and things like that.
Hmm.
And and it's funny actually. Well, not funny, haha, but like I just remembered now that when Luke is crying about his brother dying, I think he
Hmm.
tells her to like make me forget, and she's like, I can't
Hmm.
do that. Like you have to live with this, not knowing that she's been even been the one in putting that knowledge in his head. It's
Mm.
quite dark. Kate is quite dark. She might
Yeah,
actually be
it's really,
Lucifer.
it's really, but it's also like she's not a bad person because
She's
she's a
not a
child.
bad.
They're all children.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
because like I'm 31, so like when I see these guys, I'm just seeing like juvies. Like they're actually they're like 20, 21. They're
Mm.
kids.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah, yeah. They're kids, and
it's first year, so they're probably like 18, 19, closer to
no,
that.
no, they are not first year.
Look at
So I
No,
think
Emma.
they are like they are third. No, Marie is first year. Marie and Emma are
Mary's
first year. Yeah, but I
first.
think
Yeah.
they will be like third year. I think maybe
Yeah,
fourth.
so like 22, 21,
Yeah, yeah,
21
yeah.
probably. And
Mm,
then Marie's like 19, 18. So it's just like they're babies
mhm.
and they are navigating a lot. So I'll try and give them some grace there. And they also look like just in a whole, they look like they have more potential than the current roster of heroes in the boys universe. Like just to be better people, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it goes back to what we said last time about the kind of the comparison between this and millennials and Gen Zers. The
Hmm.
idea that like these are the first people that know that they were injected with compound V,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
don't just think they're like God's gift to Earth. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. At least these ones that we're seeing seem to be a lot more thoughtful about how they want to use their powers. Um, so Marie, we go back. Mary goes back through that door. The final kind of memory is that bathroom that we saw in the first episode, and her sister says something. before Marie has this epiphany where she's like, you tell everyone that you lost control, but really you got angry because they barged in, which kind of like, I don't know, it kind of explains, like, not explains, sorry, it kind of questions this idea of like what we've seen so far. Is it actually what happened, or is that what Marie thinks
Mm.
That
happened or wants?
I think that's what happened.
So you think that's what we saw in the first episode is actually what happened?
I think so. Well,
No, no, I mean, like, because I'm just going off what her sister said. I was like, you lied to everyone and to yourself that that's what actually happened. But what really happened was that they barged in and you were angry, so you kind of lost control, or you attacked them. Not necessarily like you lost control the way you depict it. But the
But
only reason I'm even,
I
yeah,
don't
go
think
ahead.
that's what happened though.
You don't think what happened?
Like obviously, like because this is like Kate's destructive mental thing happening. It's
Yeah.
kind of warping
and
like very shameful moments in their lives,
Mm-hmm.
and even like fake Jordan telling Jordan in their male form that they're a coward and they'll always be a coward, and Marie's younger self telling her that she did that on purpose because she was angry. She wasn't angry; she was shocked. Remember, it was a
That's
jump scare.
that was not Marie's younger self, was it?
Was that how
That
her
wasn't her.
sister?
That wasn't her
I
sister. I
think
thought it was her sister.
I thought it was a sister too.
Okay, maybe it was her sister. I thought it was younger Mary. I actually can't remember what she looked like when she was younger. You
Yeah, I
know,
think it
like
was. I think it was her sister.
yeah, okay, it's
So okay, the way
perfect.
I
So
read that, the way I read that was that it was now that Kate was in was in Mary's head, like Mary's subconscious was talking to
mhm.
Mary through her sister.
Yeah, that's what was
That was
happening. But
that was
warping,
kind of
being
how I
warped,
interpreted that. Okay. Mm, okay.
definitely being warped. Because I mean, it's a shameful moment, but like your psyche she was shocked, and for her to tell her, remember you've seen the scene. Obviously, everyone's seen the
Yeah,
scene.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so she was like, "Ugh," and then mom died.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't. It
Yes, but I'm saying,
wasn't. Yeah.
what if the scene we saw was not actually what happened, but is how Mary wants
Oh,
you to
like
remember it?
an unreliable narration.
Yes.
Well, I don't think it's that either. I don't think. I think the scenes are very. It's a very third person show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like because it follows too many main characters, and even though she's the central protagonist, there's a bunch of other
Yeah.
protagonists. So like, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have unreliable narration. I think how it happened is how it happened, and then how
It's
she wants to
just
remember it
guilt.
because yeah, guilt and shame is it's addictive,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
No, as in I if look, let me be clear. I believe that most of this is just bring up just for discussion's sake. I believe that what we've seen is how it happened. But I was just thinking like if it wasn't, if she had
Hmm.
kind of warped this in a way that she made herself more of the victim, in a way she like it was surprised and everything, it could explain not explain, but I keep using the word explain, but it could then color the fact that like we see her parents being very good,
Yeah.
nice at the
Yeah.
beginning of that scene, right? Because
Yeah.
remember when she's talking to Kate, Kate is like, "Your parents shut you up with V for money," and she's like, "No, my parents are not like that." And it's like every parent is like that. So it could be that maybe that's not actually not even know how our parents really were. That's just the way she wants
Hmm.
to remember them because like
Hmm.
well they're dead. And so I was like, oh, what if they were actually way worse than she wants to remember them? But that was just a random discussion point. I was like, oh, that could be interesting. I could be wrong. I think what we've seen so far is actually what happened, but it's just like, oh, it was good for a discussion. But what that's is important because Marie defending herself and uh, maybe I don't know. Is she forgiving herself? Do you guys think is that too soon? Has she forgiven herself? Is that too easy?
Man, she's been wrestling
Um.
that guilt for years. I don't think it's too
Hmm.
easy,
Yeah.
but I think she's come to terms. But I don't think that she's forgiven herself yet.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, but like in that whole thing, she says some things that remind her of what Kate said to her at the Brink Gala in episode 3, and she kind of uses that to
Yeah,
Kate. She's like, "Look, you didn't have control. You were young. Shetty and Brink have been using you and drugging you and everything, and it leads to a confrontation between the three of them and Kate. in which Andre dishes some very very tough love on Kate. Um, See, I know it's like it's easy to pick flashy scenes and flashy acting as like, oh, this is good acting, but like Chance Perdomo is really good here.
He's a really good actor. I
He's
remember
really good at this.
what was it he said? He said, "Your mother, but you're not giving mother right now, and you need to do better." Yeah, that was a great scene, and
Is
I
that what he
just
said?
it just that's what I said,
Those
and
were his words. Okay, cool.
I think
Okay,
I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but more or less,
a little bit. Okay,
yeah, it's like you're not giving mother
You
right
know,
now, babes.
okay.
Yeah,
But no, yeah, I thought he was really good in that scene. I think the tough love on between
you're
Andre
not
and Kate.
serving cunt.
Oh my god. Oh my
That's what
I
he
have to
told
edit that
her.
out.
is that what he told her? Okay, good to know.
So, Kate,
Um,
you need to serve more cunt.
I don't think any writer above 30 could write down those words if they were not doing like a parody. I'm like, here, actor, say these lines. Tell this girl going through so much stress that she's not serving cunt right now. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so let's just talk about the end. Not the end, but like the end of that thing, the resolution. Andre kind of getting Kate to wake up and everything, and this whole thing has, like you said, TMT. That whole journey kind of softened them.
Hmm.
Marie, for whatever reason, was a little more softened than both Jordan and Angie. I guess maybe because she didn't have that kind of connection with Kate, and probably has a lot more trauma in her own history. But like from the jump, she was a lot more sympathetic to Kate. But then that this kind of journey kind of um softened Andre, softened Jordan, and then it leads Andre to be able to say that kind of tough love speech to Kate at the end. Um, any thoughts on the Andre and Kate dynamic? What's next for them? How this conversation goes?
What
TMT,
are
are
you
you
guys
there?
thinking? I'm here. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just gosh, I don't know. I don't. The thing is, I don't like hard conversations. I don't like tough talks. I don't have. We need to start a dialogue type conversations. I think everything should be witty, brief, easy, and
It sounds like deflection and
yeah,
sounds like a
100%.
coping mechanism. Do you want to discuss that? We can just stop this podcast now and just have the therapy session. Why do you feel the need to think and
I don't
deflect?
think. I don't think you're qualified to have this conversation. I don't think you have the range.
You don't know about me. You don't know my history. You don't know what I've been studying.
This is a weird way to find out if you have the range or not.
Yeah. How would I
Yeah.
know if I have the range if I don't try it out?
Yeah, it's not. Don't try it on me though. I'm not an experiment. I'm not an
I feel like
experiment.
you could take the chance. You could take the chance.
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
um, but what about you? Did you like the conversation hard or not?
I enjoyed it.
Did it make you laugh the
Yeah.
way
No, man,
Kate's
no.
early trauma made you laugh?
I'm crying. No, not this time, sadly.
Uh,
But
yeah, go
I did
ahead.
enjoy the conversation. It does feel like they sacrifice one or the other to. It feels like eventually down the line, either one of them might sacrifice themselves. I don't know why it feels that way. If
Okay.
not this season, the next. It feels like that might be in the cards. I don't know how it feels, but it feels like that to me.
Okay, let's table that as well in a second. So they all wake up, and Emma brings Sam back. Emma with her sex hair,
Hmm.
and I love Sam because he's so straightforward. He's so straight to business, man. It's incredible.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sees Kate and he's like, "I'm going to kill you." There is no
Yeah.
like dilly dally. He's just about to kill her.
You guys to die.
Um, and then like I mentioned earlier, Emma literally becomes the "this isn't you" meme.
Yeah.
And I
I can
think they
change
kind
it.
of decide that they're gonna attack Shetty,
Yeah.
confront Shetty.
They better
This
not
was the
confront Chetik. That's a wild thing to do. If you like, I'm sure Sam is probably like, you guys are like, we have to kill her. She needs to die. So Shetty needs to die. Like
yeah.
usually with bad people in TV shows, I don't really think they need to die, but Shetty needs to die. Like I don't think I've met a bad character in a TV show that needs to die as much as Shetty needs to die. Because if she doesn't die, so many more people will die. Beyond the fact that she's done bad things in the past, she actually needs to die,
And then we didn't mention that she wants to make this drug contagious.
which is
She's the dean
crazy.
of a superhero college. If
I
she
mean,
makes it,
she's going full super villain. Like
yeah, think about how quickly flus go around in uni. Like if she makes it contagious on campus. So I have never, up to this point, I hadn't thought about like what a season 2 of this show would look like.
Yeah.
And I don't really. I was thinking about it randomly after this episode. I don't know what a season 2 of this show would look like.
Yeah.
If that make like, I think if they do confront or kill Shetty, like what happens next?
Hmm.
Because most times, like it's serialized TV, like we've seen over the last 20 years, whatever. The thing is, a season 2 kind of like changes a little bit, but mostly it sets it back to the status quo. Like
Hmm.
mostly something has changed between the boys and the seven, but they're still on opposite ends, right? A little bit has changed, but a lot is still the same. I was like, well, how does a season 2 of this show actually look like? I guess obviously we'll have to see the final two episodes to know, but it's just like,
Hmm.
if you go for Shetty and you kill Shetty, you can't just go back to like criminology 101
well,
the next Monday
no,
morning.
knowing the boys, you'd be surprised.
Mm.
Yeah. Also,
Homeland,
Gen Z is
Homelander,
really yeah. Go on, go on. Sorry.
Homelander has done some crazy shit, and the rest as of the rest of the what's that face seven, and a lot of superheroes. And they just wake up the next morning, make their breakfast like nothing happened,
Like so much
except
so that there's a meme about it where
Yeah,
he
but
does something crazy and everyone's just like,
I feel like I don't
yeah,
know.
and
But in
he's
that
like,
case, Homelander is the one with the power, isn't he? Like in this case, the kids are not the ones in the power.
yeah, but like,
yeah, but
yeah,
they're
go on.
very invested in them, like continuing their lives and doing their thing. There's a lot of like there's a big corporate backing, so it depends on how it's like presented and how the act occurs. Like if
Mm.
Golden Boy's thing wasn't so like popular blowout, like what happened was private. They probably would have found a way to cover it up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they would have lied. He got, yeah,
Had it survived or something, they would have
yeah,
found a way, or like maybe it wasn't so widespread. Even if the casualties were about the same number.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's the option of like maybe them killing Shetty and then Vought kind of like endorse them,
yeah,
and
true.
then future seasons are them going against Vought.
Ah, but
Okay.
vote one endorse them, sir. Vote will they will lie something, but
No one does it. They just
they
say
won't
these things
endorse them.
happen.
Yeah, they might not criminalize them,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, fair.
but they won't endorse them.
I'm excited for the final two episodes. It's been really fun talking about this show with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you guys are lovely, and
Um,
you smell great.
sure.
Sure.
Okay. Um, any final thoughts before I wrap up?
This is my De Niro
um,
impression. Yeah, you talking to me? You talking to me?
I'm wondering which third party is going to crash the show. Like, I feel like there's still the unexplained wildcard element that's still probably going to come in and throw a wrench in things. I wonder if
Yeah,
Homelander is going to appear and do a special talk to students or something.
I think there's at least one. Actually, no, I know. I mean, I guess spoiler, but we know that like
Or
the
or the deep.
no, not even the deep. We know I'm pretty sure I can't remember her name now, but the AOC, their AOC version.
Oh yeah,
Um,
okay.
I think she
Exploding
was in.
head, babe.
Yeah, I think she was in
Yeah.
some promos, so I
Yep.
assume we'll see her at some point, unless she's been cut out of one episode. But
Okay.
I feel like there's something. There's one. It's Gen V. There's at least one big surprise or shock or twist coming. It's
I
not just
agree.
gonna.
I think the
Yeah,
season's going to end on a cliffhanger.
yeah, of course. I mean, how this is
No.
one of
Yeah.
the boys' end. We found out that she was alive, right?
True,
That
true, true.
Butcher's wife was alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
With the kid.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know. Okay. Let me just shout out. So yeah, we've already said R.I.P. Dusty question mark. That was on my notes. I do love this exchange between Marie and Jordan where she goes, "Didn't you learn CPR?" And he goes, "Where?" He's like, "At superhero
The
school."
hero school. But also, this episode is further confirmation that Mary can definitely control other
Yeah,
people's blood. Yeah.
yeah, like she's learning some incredible things through, like,
Yeah.
yeah, just
Through trauma.
control heart rate. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like even last week, we mentioned last week about how she could feel the blood clotting.
Yeah, it's kind of
and like,
crazy.
yeah, she's
Man,
very literally a bloodbender at
Yeah,
this. Like, she just
she's
doesn't know it yet.
powerful. Yeah, because
Um,
and that's the problem. Like this baby's going to fail first year spectacularly. Because what's all this running around? So to sit down and read your book, career.
has it been a week? I don't think it's been up to a week though.
it's not been long, and she's already got into so much shenanigans.
Yeah, she has got to do
I don't think she
shenanigans.
spent up to a week in her school. Yeah,
Emma is just
she's
in
already
like
number two in the
acting class.
school. Is it number two?
She can figure it.
Is she number two?
Yeah. Well, who's number one? Oh, Andre's number one, and she's number two. Yeah. Um. Okay, I'll end it there. We'll be back next week, guys. Maybe on Friday, latest on Monday, talking about Gen V episode 7, the penultimate episode. Thank you to my guests, TMT and Bolu. Thank you to everyone who's listened. Please share with your friends. Please, please, please rate, subscribe on all podcast platforms. Please comment, like, subscribe on YouTube. Just share the episodes from YouTube and whatever. And join us next week when we'll be joined by Oscar winner Daniel Kaluuya. Bye, guys.